I would say to any young player, start with things that directly concern you. Find out why they're there, and find out what things matter directly to you, and find out what the union can do for you.
The Michael Weiner Scholarship is now in its 10th year already and has seen tremendous impact and success.
The wonderful thing about this scholarship is it's supporting men and women who really have an innate passion for supporting workers' rights in general. It's not just about sports, it's not just about baseball. This is about the broader labor movement.
For going on 24 years, I've worked for the union that represents Major League Baseball players. And for going on 24 years, I've heard, "That's great, Mike, but it's not like you work for a real union. Come on, you get to hang out with Derek Jeter or Jose Bautista or Ryan Zimmerman. It's part of your job that you have to go to the All-Star game and you have to go to the World Series every single year." I'll concede there are benefits to working for this union. But I'll insist at the same time that the MLBPA always has been and remains today a real labor union.
First memory of meeting Michael as an active player was at a board meeting. One of the first board meetings I was at going back to, I want to say 1996 or 97. First impression was young-ish, but remarkably sharp.
I had heard about Michael before I met him. I heard we had this extremely smart attorney that was working at the MLBPA, and it wasn't long before I saw Michael as he would present at these meetings and started to learn about him for myself. And Michael was just a great communicator, so that was the biggest thing that stood out about him.
Yeah, he was the smartest person in the room, but he wasn't the person who had to let everyone know that. He didn't speak down to anybody. He had a way of synthesizing and explaining things that was readily understandable, and he was approachable and just a great lawyer.
I had the benefit of knowing Mike since we were children, so I kind of watched this evolve over time. He grew up in a household where his father was starting a construction business, so the language of union and management was familiar to him at a very young age. When he went to college, he focused on political science and economics, and through that study, work was a recurring subject, and he really was pursuing an understanding of how we should live and what it is to be happy.
One thing about Michael was he really, really enjoyed the profession that he was in. He enjoyed labor law in particular. So the idea that we're breathing into another generation of labor lawyers and trying to find the future leaders of the labor movement, I think he would just be thrilled with that, because that was his true passion.
The Michael Weiner Scholarship has been huge for me. The way that I get to have ownership over my path.
It was meaningful for me to receive this scholarship because a baseball strike was really my first awareness of union.
I thought it really respected those things that mattered most to Mike, which was supporting labor, making sure that workers are safe and well respected in all ways, including pay. And it also reflected Mike's role as a teacher. So many said that he had the ability to make complex things understandable.
Michael would likely be humbled by his namesake being a part of the conversation, while at the same time ensuring that none of us get complacent in the work that needs to be done.